Hi, welcome back. The ceiling for a few seconds too long. It's the space between moments, and that space matters more than we admit. We spend so much time waiting for life to start. When we get money, when we get stronger, when we heal, when things finally make sense. But life doesn't wait for us to feel ready. It keeps moving, gently, patiently, inviting us to notice it. Your body is the first proof of that. It works without applause. Your heart beats without asking permission. Your lungs keep pulling air in even on days you feel empty. That alone is a quiet miracle. Life doesn't demand perfection. It only asks for presence. To be here, to feel what you feel, to keep going, even if you're unsure where going leads. Some days feel heavy for no clear reason. You wake up already tired, not physically, emotionally. Those days don't mean you're broken. They mean you're human, carrying memories, carrying expectations, carrying hope and fear at the same time. We don't talk enough about emotional weight, about how thoughts can exhaust you more than work, about how pretending to be okay can drain you faster than being honest. Life becomes lighter when you stop fighting your feelings, when you let sadness exist without judging it, when you allow joy without questioning how long it will last. Everything passes, the good, the bad, the confusing middle. That's not something to fear. That's something to understand. Life teaches through repetition, through small lessons repeated until we finally listen. Patience, loss, gratitude, letting go, starting again. These lessons don't arrive once. They arrive many times wearing different faces. You don't fail because you struggle with the same things again. You learn slowly because learning deeply takes time. Look at nature. Nothing rushes. Nothing apologizes for its pace. Trees don't compare themselves. Rivers don't panic if they curve instead of going straight. They trust their path. We forget to trust ours. We look at others and feel behind. Too slow, too late, too different. But no one shows their full story. You only see highlights, not the nights of doubt, not the fear, not the quiet breakdowns that happen when no one is watching. Your life is not late. It's unfolding. Pain is part of that unfolding. No one escapes it. Pain sharpens awareness. It strips away what doesn't matter. It forces honesty. And while it hurts, it also opens space for growth. Growth rarely feels good while it's happening. It feels confusing, lonely, uncertain. But later, you look back and realize that moment changed you. Life doesn't grow us through comfort. It grows us through experience. And sometimes experience means standing still, doing less, listening more, resting without guilt. Stillness is not weakness, it's repair. We live in a world that glorifies constant movement, always doing, always chasing, always becoming. But becoming also requires pausing, reflecting, asking yourself who you are when nothing is demanded of you. Who are you without pressure? That question scares many people because silence can reveal things we've avoided. But silence can also heal. It gives space to breathe, to reset, to feel grounded again. Connection makes life richer. A real conversation, a shared laugh, a moment of understanding. These moments don't need to be loud, they just need to be real. At the same time, learning to be alone is powerful. Not lonely, alone. Comfortable in your own presence, trusting your thoughts, respecting your pace. Life is balance between movement and rest, between connection and solitude, between ambition and acceptance. Mistakes are part of that balance. They don't define you, they inform you. They show where growth is needed. People who never fail rarely try. Forgiveness is another quiet strength. Forgiving others, yes, but also forgiving yourself for not knowing better before, for surviving the only way you could at the time. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to outgrow people, habits, and versions of yourself. You are allowed to start again. Time moves forward whether you're ready or not. Fighting it only adds weight. Flowing with it brings peace. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means noticing beauty alongside it. A calm moment, a warm meal, a deep breath. Gratitude anchors you in the present. Life isn't perfect. It never will be, and that's okay. Perfection would be boring. It's the cracks that let light in, the imperfections that make stories worth telling. If today feels ordinary, let it be ordinary. Ordinary days build extraordinary lives. Before you go, if this piece gave you a moment of calm, reflection, or connection, consider liking or sharing it. It helps meaningful words reach others who might need them too. Something big to happen. We are taught to look for milestones, achievements, moments worth posting or celebrating. But real life lives in the spaces between those moments. Life happens when nothing special seems to be happening. It happens when you wake up and sit in silence for a minute longer than usual, when you breathe deeply without realizing it, when your mind drifts and lands on a memory you haven't thought about in years. These moments don't feel important, but they shape who you become. We often mistake quiet for emptiness, but quiet is full of thought, full of feeling, full of meaning waiting to be noticed. Your body understands this better than your mind. It doesn't rush, it doesn't panic, it simply continues. Your heart beats without asking how you're doing. Your lungs pull air in even when you're exhausted. Your body believes in you even when you doubt yourself. That trust is powerful. Life asks for patience more than effort. We try to force answers, force progress, force happiness. But many things unfold only when given time. Healing, understanding, acceptance, love. These things can't be rushed. Some days feel heavy for no clear reason. You carry a weight you can't explain. Those days don't mean you're weak. They mean you're human, feeling the accumulation of life. Experiences don't disappear just because time passes. They settle inside us. We live with layers, past joys, past regrets, missed chances, quiet hopes. All of it exists together. Life isn't about erasing those layers. It's about learning how to live with them gently. Pain changes us, not always in visible ways. Sometimes it softens us. Sometimes it sharpens us. Sometimes it teaches us boundaries we didn't know we needed. Pain isn't punishment, it's information. Ignoring pain doesn't make it go away. Listening to it often brings clarity. There is courage and honesty in admitting when you're tired, when you're unsure, when you don't have answers. Pretending to be strong all the time creates distance. Real strength allows vulnerability. Life connects us through shared experiences. Loss, love, fear, hope. These emotions don't belong to one person. They are universal. That's why stories matter. That's why words matter. They remind us we're not alone in what we feel. At the same time, comparison quietly drains joy. Looking at others and measuring your life against theirs creates unnecessary pressure. Everyone moves at a different pace. Everyone carries invisible battles. You don't see their doubts, only their outcomes. Your path doesn't need validation to be real. Growth rarely looks like progress while it's happening. It often looks like confusion, like setbacks, like standing still. But growth happens underground first, like roots. You don't see it until it's strong enough to support something bigger.